On June the 29th, the Orange Park Mall is hosting the 22nd Freedom Fest. And joining me today to tell us all about this wonderful event is Chelsea Commodari, who is the marketing director for Orange Park Mall, and her trusted assistant, Lisa Spengler. Welcome, and I'm sorry.
That's not what I heard. No. I heard that June 29th, the entire Orange Park Mall is throwing a birthday party for my mom, Monica, who's turning 29 for the 43rd time. That's what my notes say.
Yeah. Well, she's going to love you for that, that's for sure.
The whole mall, huh? For my mom?
Yeah, happy birthday, Monica.
Yeah, you haven't met her yet.
So yes, the Freedom Fest. Tell us all about it.
So Freedom Fest is in its 22nd year, as you said, at Orange Park Mall. It was originally started as a way to give back and honor local military veterans and first responders in the area. And since then, it has grown to be one of the largest community events in Clay County. So it is a free event that you can get into, and this year our headliner is Wynonna Judd and the Big Noise. We have a few other local opening acts, including Big Engine
and Stephen Quinn,
who performed last year.
Yeah.
And there's just a bunch of other activations and activities happening, food trucks, vendors, a kid zone.
So it's family friendly.
It is very family friendly. The kid zone is pay to play, but there's wet slides, dry slides, the huge jousting things that you can knock each other over on.
So kids can have a lot of fun. There we go, Steve. So it sounds like it's right up your street.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. I could I'll go down the wet slides. That's no problem. You guys are new in the town. You guys are new on the scene to freshen this up.
Yes.
It sounds like you guys are bringing some really neat energy to the table. So, tell us about what would kids like to do? It's in the middle of summer.
It is.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about some of the things, because I do have a 10-year-old. So
okay.
We get it. Pay to play. I get it. We'll just throw them down the wet slide. Tell us some of the other events you have going on in there.
So one of the things that we do, it's actually a corporate activation that we've implemented across the property at all of our malls, and it's called The Yard. And what we've done is we've brought in outside games to the inside areas, and that's just a turf area in the mall in Belt Court at Orange Park Mall. And there's ping pong and cornhole, and it's just supposed to be a safe place for kids and their families to come play while they're in the mall.
Oh, wow.
And so we're actually bringing it back outside into Freedom Fest right in the middle, and it's kind of creating like a tailgate zone for families.
Awesome.
We'll have cocktail tables, the food trucks are right behind it. We plan on doing a large photo op area for families to get their pictures taken.
So you're taking over sort of is it the JCPenney?
The JCPenney lot.
Mm-hmm.
Lot?
Yep.
Where will people park then? I mean, I'm assuming that it's going to take up quite a lot of space.
Yes. So people start arriving pretty early for the event.
Course.
It's from 5 to 9 p.m. and we typically see people start pulling in around 12. But all of the other parking lots around the mall are completely open.
Okay.
With thousands of spots.
Okay.
So there will be plenty of space. Vendor parking is right inside the event area, and then we have some grassy lots too that we utilize to make sure that there's plenty of spots for everyone.
Now, are people allowed to bring, their coolers and their chairs or whatever, or?
They are allowed to bring chairs. We don't allow coolers just as a safety issue with our partnership with the Clay County Sheriff's Office, but we do have them bring their own chairs to set up. The only chairs that won't be allowed is in our VIP area.
So, being that it is in conjunction with the Sheriff's Department, what items are allowed and what items are not allowed to be brought to the event? I got the coolers, got the chairs.
So, we just ask for no coolers. We ask that people don't bring their pets. We see them sometimes, but it's so hot out there. It's new blacktop. It reaches over 100 degrees. Humans don't like it, but they can choose to be there.
But we have wet slides.
Yes,
we have wet slides.
Yes.
But we just ask no pets, especially we have fireworks at 9:30 at night, and we don't want to scare them. So I think
we also no tents. We don't want to block the view of the stage. and no drones.
No drones.
If anybody wants.
That's a very interesting new dynamic in the world
is,
that we
yes.
live. I seem to have a drone following me around, possibly even right now. So that's good to know.
Yeah, it is good.
That's going to be something, I guess, as a topic of conversation as events go forward. Is it drone friendly?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I never. Tell us about a new thing that you've got starting. This is Penny Savers?
Penny Wars.
Penny Wars.
Yes.
Okay.
So this year we're bringing in a large group of nonprofit military organizations, and we are starting a Penny Wars, which is we're giving each of the organizations a jar to fill with pennies, dollar bills, etc. And whoever raises the most money throughout the event will be then presented with a $1,000 check.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Good.
You see, I had the wrong question. I thought it was as the kids were going down the slide, we could throw pennies at them. Sorry, apparently I must, where's the producers? I have the wrong questions. So you talked about the sponsors. Tell us a little bit about who's the sponsors that you'd like to thank for help putting this on.
We have so many sponsors, and we couldn't do this event or any event at the mall without them. So our presenting sponsors, Orange Park Medical Center, they're seen throughout the mall. They work with us on all of our kids' events and family-friendly events, and they are wonderful. Thrasher Horn is the sponsor of our main stage and VIP area.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and they're wonderful to work with as well. And then some other ones. We have
we've got Bath Fitter.
Marlin Plumbing, Bath Fitter are contributors that have provided help with signage as Kessler Creative, and they have been unbelievable to work with. They hear from me 7 times a day. And then our food sponsors are Mission Barbecue, Chick-fil-A, Jimmy John's, and they provide all of the food at no cost to our first responders and volunteers at the event.
Fantastic. Now, we must just say that it is a free event. However, you've mentioned a couple of times VIP.
Yes.
So just briefly, tell people how they can become a VIP.
Yeah. So on our website, orangeparkmall.com, there is a link to our Eventbrite page, and the VIP tickets are right in there. It's $75. It gets you shade coverage, which is great.
Which is needed, yes.
Front row seating to Winona and all of the other local opening acts. Food from Mission Barbecue and Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yum.
Yes. 2 free drink tickets, which can include beer, water, or soft drinks. There's going to be cornhole in the event area in case there's any kids that come in with their families. And then they do receive a gift bag with a large Freedom Fest.
That seems like a bargain, actually. Yes. You get you get entertained, you're kept cool, and you're fed and watered. So sounds like you and I are going off to an event, Steve.
I would like to be fed and watered. So how do people, with the first responders, how does, if a first responder's going, former, current, what have you, how do they identify themselves? Do they need like a wristband? Do they need to bring their ID? From a logistics standpoint, how do they know without, an off-duty police officer may not be wearing his uniform or her uniform? How do they identify themselves?
We would ask to see ID for that purpose. Most of the ones that we know in the area that we're working closely with, we know them, we know who they are. Our security director at Orange Park Mall has been here for over 10 years, and he is amazing at identifying them
everybody.
and always lets us know when they're coming so that we can accommodate them in a special way.
Perfect. Well, it sounds like you've got everything sewn up and ready to go, and I'm sure you've got a very busy day ahead of you. So June the 29th from 5 to 9, Orange Park Mall for the Freedom Fest. We'll be right back.